Hello, wonderful people. This is Janessa, owner of Jingle Enterprise. So right now, this video that I'm showing you today is how I make my liquid body wash. And it's 100% made from scratch, and you'll see the process. Um, it is sped up because there is multiple steps, and if I were just to show you unedited, it would be over 2 hours. So we don't want to go there. So first, what you're seeing me do is I'm measuring out all my oils. So the oils I use are castor oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and rice bran oil. So these are the oil-based part of my soaps. So as you can see, I'm pouring out the olive oil, and that is my rice bran oil. I love rice bran oil. It is just very moisturizing, and not only it gives such a beautiful rich color. Next step is that I'm putting together and prepping my lye solution. In order to make body wash, you would need two different types of lye, and that is potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide. So with the two, it will create a liquid body wash. And I know sometimes people are intimidated when they hear chemicals, but in order to make soap, you need lye. Lye is what makes soap to be what it is. So I will make a video in the future to go into a little bit more detail about that. So the next step is, once the lye is measured out properly and everything's okay, I'm putting the water/glycerin solution for my liquid body wash. This is where the lye is going to go in first, because you can't just throw in lye just like that with the oils. You have to have your water solution. So you can see I'm actually putting out the fragrance oil for this one. So the fragrance oil is a jasmine scent, which smells very lovely. For the next minute or so, you're going to see that I am testing the temperature of the crock pot, and this is where everything is going to be created. And the reason for that is you have to make sure that it's not too hot, because if the crock pot is too hot, then it will cause everything to overflow. It'll cause volcano. So we don't want that. And as you can see, I had to take out the base out of the crock pot because, like I said, I can't have it too hot. So right now what I'm doing is I'm mixing in my lye solution, putting it together, making sure everything's okay temperature-wise, and I am ready to put my oils inside. So as you can see, I'm putting the lye in, and once my lye water is mixed in with the oils, I can finally blend. So you're seeing right now it's just in kind of several seconds, but it actually is much longer. It's about, sometimes depending on the speed, it can range from 3 to 5 minutes. So I have to keep blending until it goes into something called a cream phase. So once it goes into a cream phase, I know it's time for me to stop. So once I stop, you'll see I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to cover it so it needs to cook a bit before I can add more water. So the reason why I add more water is so that when it's done, it's not a thick paste. So you'll see I'm taking kind of several seconds. As this is happening, I am testing the pH balance of my soap, because soap has to be at a certain pH balance. While I am testing the pH balance, I leave the top on top of the crock pot, and the reason for that is the heat will cause it to cook. Technically, the soap is already emulsified. That's all great and dandy, but it needs to cook a bit before I add more. The next step is to add more dilution water. So the reason why we add dilution water is so that it is not as thick. So as you can see here, I'm just using my spoon, and then I'm using my test strip to take a look and to make sure everything is a-okay, which it was. While I'm making soap, one thing I really like to use is those small dessert spoons. So I have several at the side in order to test, in order to mix. So as you can see, I got my kettle with boiling hot water to use for dilution water. So when I put in the dilution water, I use the emulsifying blender, and I just little by little I pulse so that it can properly mix in. So little by little we pulse, add more water, pulse, add more water to make sure it is mixed in properly. Now looking back at my recording, I realized I made a mistake. As you can see, there's a little bit of chunking going around, and the reason for that is because I kept moving the blender around. I do that out of habit because originally, before I started making body wash, I made bar soaps. And bar soaps, that's what you have to do. When you're making liquid soap, you just keep it still. So as you can see, when you're done, you just close the lid and you let it stay. And in a few hours, you will see the result, how different it looks like. So now you will see the difference on how the soap looks like. So now it is more translucent, it's more clear. Now, you don't really see the bottom of this crock pot, and the reason for that is the oil that I use, which is rice bran. It gives such a nice, richer color, but it won't be as transparent compared to if I had used, for example, only olive oil or coconut oil. So as you can see, I'm pouring it down, and it came out very beautiful. And it smells fantastic, but it's not overwhelmingly strong. I know a lot of the times, sometimes some bath and body companies, they fragrance their liquid body wash and creams very high. With my stuff, you can guarantee that it's very lightly scented and it's not overwhelming. So here we go. I'm just going to show you how it looks like when you shake it up. It came out very fantastic. I love how it looks like, especially in the sunlight. It's very bubbly. If you'd like to see this body wash in action, check out my social media outlets, which I will put in the comments below, and you will see reels and short videos of how it looks like when used on the body. But with that being said, thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.